Alright, we got a trailer to the Godzilla sequel, King of the Monsters, and from what I've seen, it looks promising. The special effects look absolutely magnificent, the sense of scale is still very strong, and visually, it doesn't look as dull as the first movie. I like what I see with the cast in this too. The cast in the first movie were acting all dull and so painfully one note, with the exception of Bryan Cranston of course. But in this movie, everyone seems to have a personality and they actually seem to be acting, as opposed to the first movie where they just acted bored. Going back to the visuals, I downright love this final shot of Godzilla letting out a huge roar, all the while we have hundreds of airships flying towards the threat. My only real issue with the visuals is that much like the first film, everything is way too dark. It's almost hard to see what's going on at points, and God help us if we have to wear 3D glasses in order to see this on the biggest screen again. We also get the iconic monsters from Godzilla's Rogues Gallery. In the last movie, we got these boring, uninspired American monsters, which were just a Cloverfield creature all over again. The Japanese, however, are so creative when it comes to creating monsters and creatures, so incorporating some of their most iconic monster designs with King Ghidorah, Mothra, etc. is great. Interestingly, King Ghidorah has also been done with motion capture. Apparently they tied 3 actors together and each of them are playing one of the 3 heads, so I'm very interested to see how that comes out. Now last time we got next to no Godzilla even though the movie was titled Godzilla. But thankfully, the director of this movie has said that we will get double the screen time in this film, which is the minimum amount of screen time Godzilla should get in my opinion. Not to mention that this guy directed Trick or Treat and Krampus, so I immediately have a lot more faith in him. Now we have had so many great monster fights in movies that it makes it downright disgraceful that the 2014 Godzilla had practically nothing to show. Except towards the end, which was over pretty much as soon as it started. Not to mention that it was constantly being ruined by cutting back to the soldiers over and over again. So yeah, forgive me if I'm going to be very hard on this film, but we should have gotten so much more instead of a painfully long 2-hour bore the last time. Honestly, out of all the movie trailers we have seen in Comic-Con, Godzilla is the one I am the least excited for, because it has a lot to prove after the shit the last one pulled, advertising a Godzilla movie and in the end giving us next to no Godzilla. It was a disgusting disgrace. And for those of you that are saying, well, Godzilla was given the same amount of screen time as he was in his very first movie, that argument is fundamentally and mathematically flawed, and I will tell you how in my Godzilla vs video once this movie comes out. So yeah, this film has a lot to prove, and no amount of trailers is going to do anything for me. The only thing that will is the final movie. But like I said, this film has a new director, one who doesn't stupidly hold back from giving us the good stuff. So only time will tell if this movie is good or not, but so far, from what I can tell, the trailer does seem to show several signs of improvement. Let's just hope it pays off in the end. Otherwise, this film will get a super low score from me.